Here we go. Hello, everybody. GuineaPigDan back. I'm gonna just continue working on the Hiragana Katakana comic. I cheated a little bit. While off stream, I actually worked on a couple more pages. So sorry. I forget which page I left off on last stream, but I've drawn it. I last night I drew a couple more of them and just redrawing Peter and Basho, and I got up to page 8, so that's where I'm gonna pick up. Yeah, sorry. Oh, come on, let's shrink this down. There we go. Yeah. Well, let's just say I got some days off work, so that's why I'm streaming a little more frequently. But it's I go back to my regular schedule starting on Saturday, I think. Yeah. I don't know if I want to talk too much about real world situate. Well, I've made Trump jokes before. Yeah, let's just say that I think the tariff situation is making some jobs cut hours, which on one hand that means I get more time off, but on the other hand that means less money, and so not exactly happy about that. Next, and while I'm saying that, I'm drawing a rather sad-looking Peter. Why am I making him look sad? It's like the previous page, I did was probably the most complicated. Well, not that complicated because it's just 3 drawings and the P balloon. Yeah, just so I can show what I have so far. I did cross-armed Peter and Yoshi, and I did that last night, but off stream, redrew Peter in this corner. I think I redrew Domino a little bit here. Redrew Peter here. And then I redrew Peter and Basho up here at the top. And then redrew Peter down here in the corner. I might redraw one of his eyes just to make them a little more equal in size. And then I redrew Peter in this corner. And then down here, Peter giving the peace sign. I'm sure Wax Badger would like that, although really he's talking about the 2 different Dokuten. Then I have Basho over here. And then this is the page I'm doing next. A friend of mine made a short comic that basically showed inflation at its absolute worst. Wow. Okay, I'm trying to... whoops. I'm trying to how do I make... Oh, there we are. Yeah. I was asleep and half asleep because I woke in the middle of the night. Okay. One of his characters was at a dollar store and 2 cold coffees were $4, while 8 warm coffees were $4. He said fridges aren't that expensive. This isn't even a dollar store anymore. It's dollars. Dollars or dollars? Yeah. I didn't know if that was supposed to be a weird pun of some sort. Just dollars. Yeah, I'm not sure I'll draw Peter looking really sad because this is supposed to be a simpler page compared to the H sounds in Japanese, where depending on the Dokuten, it can either make H sound. I think the Dokuten that looks like quotation marks, change it to a B, and the Dokuten that looks like a circle changes it to a P sound, which is why I had the P balloon from Super Mario World. Yeah, I'm not sure I'll make Peter looking so sad here. Maybe I'll make... Yeah, like, I think I was trying to make him look tired or something, but maybe I'll make him look more relieved rather than tired. There we go. Yeah, I don't know. Like, halfway open eyebrows or something. Let's see if I can finish the sketch lines on all the pages, like, today. And then after that, I'll work on the Axl model kit again. You know, do something more than just the hands. Since I have Google, I could actually translate the instructions, just copy and pasting every kana character very meticulously into Google Translate, and then, if I need to draw a kanji, just go to some website that lets you write a kanji, and then the computer will match what you draw, and then you can choose the proper one. And all it's saying is just insert part A into part B. Yeah, that's essential, Japanese to know. Telling someone insert, the hand part A into hand part B. Sheepish. Well, he's not supposed to be sad. It's more, this is coming after. It's supposed to be coming after this. Whoops. What's probably, I don't know, maybe the most complicated page, where it's like you have one character, but then two different Dokutin with two different pronunciations. Also, there's a tricky character. You don't say the who sound in Japanese, it's a fu. So that's also a bit confusing. I don't know, maybe Peter looks tired or something. Or, I don't know, I think it's a bit. Yeah, sometimes I'm not sure, should I draw Peter's nose high like this or lower down? It really just depends on the angle you're looking at his face. I'm trying to... I think I made his nose a little too big. Yeah, maybe I'll have some sweat drops on his head just to indicate, okay, the last page was difficult. This one should be easier. There we go. Yeah. Foo 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 foo. I think I've seen that sort of laughter from Koga in the Pokemon games, in his text boxes. Rather than just I don't know, writing actual, ha 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 ha. It's more of a strange, I don't know, maniacal giggle. Maybe I'll have Peter going like this, making him look a bit more nervous and tired. Like maybe he realizes the reader might have found the previous page exhausting. Huh. When I was at Fanime, like I might have mentioned that I like supervise a JoJo. I'm not sure to call it a watch party because it's not like they were breaking out alcohol or whatever. But supervising that room, I watched a few episodes of JoJo and it was like the Japanese version, so I had to read the subtitles. But every once in a while, there would be like audible sound effects, almost like in the Batman, Adam West Batman. I might have shown some of those pictures and with the Fanime photos I was sharing yesterday. But like there were a few moments, almost like you're watching a manga in motion, where sound effects would be written out, and usually in katakana. I thought that was kind of interesting. Maybe I could have used that as an example of I don't know, when describing the differences between hiragana and katakana, like insert a screen cap of okay, look at this JoJo episode where they just have random katakana appearing when something intense happens. These are sound effects. I don't know. I'm wondering if Peter's quote-unquote chin might look a little too unusual. Sometimes I'm afraid I might make it look a little too wide or something, and if I'm not careful, he might make him look a little bit like Homer Simpson. I don't know, it sounded like a car slowing down or something and made a loud squeaking noise outside. Excuse me. I got hiccups. Let's rotate it just to see how it looks. It looks fine. we go. Yeah, this is something I don't know if I want to do. Like, the way I remember the Ma Hiragana is it's got a double cross in it, and Marilyn Manson uses the double cross as his symbol, but of course, if you've paid any attention to celebrity news, he's hit with a lot of controversy right now, like, I don't know, more than usual, I suppose. And it's like, you know, do I want to try and think of a different way to remember the Hiragana character? Like, I don't know, maybe you turn it sideways, you somehow imagine it looking like an M. I don't know. M, A, something like that. I don't know. I mean, maybe there's some other way I can think of the letter M. And it's difficult because there's the Katakana for key, I think, which it's just the double cross without the little squiggly thing at the bottom. I don't know, but unless I come up with something better, it's just Marilyn Manson is alliterative, you know, ma sound, and that's just the way I remember it. I mean, maybe someone else could come up with their own way. Okay, is it just... Okay, it's just those two drawings. This sketch of Basho doesn't look too bad. I just need to clean it up. Yeah, maybe redo his eyes a bit. Here we go. Here we go. There we go. Nose. like how puny all these faces look. Make his eyebrows a little thicker. There we go. One of these days, maybe I should do like a Google search and trying to find a karate shirt that inspired Basho's design that had a Japanese dragon on it. Like, I used to have that shirt myself, but I haven't been able to find it. I'm not sure if it was thrown away or not. Like, you know, if I search like eBay or something, maybe by chance I'll find it. Which is strange because I still have my karate gi itself, not just the little shirt. Even though that karate gi is like years old and probably barely fits me anymore. There we go. There we go. There we go. And of course I'm not going to forget his whiskers. Well, move the hand over. I mean, I'm going to be redrawing the hand anyway, so it doesn't matter. There we go. Shoulder width, fix that. Just look at that sun being there. now I have Basho's hand here. Shoot. There we are. Okay. Yeah, I'm just doing a lot of erasing. A little box for his hand. Okay, there's his thumb. Excuse me. There we go. Got his claws. There you are. Okay. Part 8 here. Yeah. Okay. There we are. Now I have 3 versions of page 9. Let's see. Bring up page 8 here. That's the newer drawings now. 9, 10, 11. So it's just 3 more pages. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 more drawings of Peter and Basho. How long have I been streaming? 37 minutes. This drawing of Basho here actually doesn't look too bad, so I might not need to change too much about it. Did I use a photo ref for that, or did I draw that out of my own mind? I don't remember. But anyway. This is kind of a silly looking drawing of Peter here. So I'll have to... Shit, I should have taken a nap before stream just because I'm feeling a little sleepy. I mean, maybe I don't know. If I get tired, I'll switch to the Axl model kit just because, you know, trying to cut things with a knife will force me to stay awake. Maybe I should have Peter looking more directly towards the viewer than what I originally sketched. No. Well. More like that. It's more like he's facing front. There we go. I like that a bit better. Facing front a little bit more. Doing the DreamWorks eyebrows. Huh. There we go. Huh. Probably have his nose looking a little downward just because I forgot I still have Telegram open. Probably should be careful not to open any inappropriate Telegram channels that I shouldn't show on Twitch. I usually close Discord and Telegram, but I see it lighting up. There we go. Yeah, looking at it this way, face is a bit uneven. Maybe I'll even a little. Make the hair on his head a little. There we go. I just think maybe I should make Peter's head a little wider. It's a bit better. Resizing things. There we go. Jeez. Alright. Kind of dozed off there. Now I kind of woke myself up. Yeah, that would have been interesting to see me fall asleep on stream. I'd basically be demonstrating, you know, some, I don't know, Garfield's napping exercises. I've had Peter be a big eater, but I don't think I've shown him like being a big sleeper either. Yeah, that's one half of the Garfield's primary behavior that I haven't shown Peter doing. There we are. Hello there, Zootopia fan. I might take a bathroom break in a few minutes. Or maybe a few seconds, because... Yeah, a few minutes, because... all I've got here is just Peter's face. So... there we go. Now let's alrighty, Wax Badger. Yes, I remember you from DeviantArt. There we go. And Peter's got some shrugging shoulders. Huh. Oh, now I remember why I kept Telegram open. I wanted to show something to someone, but I didn't want to do it on stream. If I draw Peter's hands and arms fully, they might intersect with Basho a bit. Hmm. 504. It'll be a little difficult. Like if you look at the photo ref I have, my hands are wide out, but Bosch, well, I guess I could just move Boscho over a bit to the side and make room. Alright. Excuse me a moment. I'm gonna get some water and go to the bathroom. It'll probably help me wake up a bit, so let me just put this up. Reconnection successful. Okay. Do people see me? Okay, I see green bars down there. Green is a good color, so I presume that I'm back up. A victory grape. Trying to figure out where to put my grapes. Sorry, Garfield. I've displaced you for fruit. Anyway. Oh, there's my pen. Yeah, I got a little bit worried. Whenever I get a stream disconnected message, it makes me afraid. Did my, the plug to my camera get undone or something? Or was it just a website glitch? So was it 5:12? Yeah, getting up was a good idea because now I don't feel as sleepy. Because I was a bit afraid I would doze off on stream and then, I don't know, it would no longer be an art stream. Then it would be, I guess, an ASMR stream or something, listening to me snore. Just before this stream, I was watching Gamer from Mars's, I guess, newest documentary, quote-unquote, where he was talking about Linkara and his bad Lightbringer comic, but then it shifted to just talking about Linkara's, I guess, YouTube or, well, Channel Awesome career in general. And I was telling one of my friends, Wax Badger, earlier, like, you know, I don't quite get the obsession with the Lightbringer comic because Linkara himself has said that he's not proud of it, but even I have to be like, yeah, maybe one of these days I'll draw my Stundog character Perry as the Lightbringer or something, just as a joke. go. Yeah, this is a difficult pose with fingers to draw. Let me extend these fingers out a bit more. There we go. This finger, the pinky can stay where it is. All the others will be a little longer. Yes, I am back. Guess who's back? Back again. Guess who's back? Tell a friend. Probably going to shrink that hand a bit. Well, maybe before I do. Let me... We'll flip this. Well, first let me mark. Guess I'll have... I remember, unfortunately I don't think I filmed this. There was a panel at Further Confusion 2024 where they talked about like drawing curves, you know, around shapes and everything. And like, you don't want, if you have a curved you know, like an arm, you want to, drawing a stripe, you want to make it look like it's really going around and it's not just flat or something. Unless, I don't know, you're doing a style where it's supposed to look flat. That's something I'm trying to be aware of. I might have taken some pictures in that panel, but I don't think I filmed it. That's something I'm probably going to do more, you know, with my iPad and my new iPhone, filming more panels. Unfortunately, there's a trade-off. Like, my iPad has way more battery, so it's better to film, but the video quality on my iPad is somehow worse than on my iPhone, despite it being smaller. But my iPhone's battery goes down pretty fast when it's filming. So it's like I got to decide, which do I use? Otherwise, if I'm at a convention, you know, unless I have a portable charger with me or something, I'm going to be spending a lot of time at outlets just trying to charge my phone or charge my iPad. But also balance, you know, going to panels, filming them, and then maybe, you know, if I start volunteering at cons more, well, if I volunteer, you know, I could just plug in my phone in a wall while I'm off doing whatever. You know, especially if it's just me overlooking like a room or a door or something. If I'm like not moving around. Thankfully, though, when I was filming with my iPad, I was usually focusing on like the view screen or whatever. You know, if they were doing a slide presentation, focusing, you know, pointing the camera at that rather than at the people. You know, occasionally, you know, if they're like reacting to something or taking an audience question, then I'd point the camera back at whoever's doing the panel, at the panel host. But usually I was just pointing my camera at the slide viewer or whatever you call it, the screen. Yeah. Yeah, Boscho gets pushed back just to make room for Peter. Actually, wait, I could push back Peter a little bit. Just to give a bit more room. There we go. How long have this has been going on? Hour and 11. Oh, wow. Time flies. Huh. I might pause the stream and do a part 2. Again, just so these files don't get too big when it comes time for me to burn them to CDs, just to save them. You know, if I do want to burn them to CDs, I don't know. I just like to be an archivist of, you know, stuff I do. Let's see, can I... It's a bit difficult. Oh, I just see I actually have actually took a couple. I forgot I took actually a couple ref photos for Peter. One where I have my arms out more stretched, but then I have some versions where I have my arms much closer bunched in. Huh. Maybe I'll go with the closer bunched in version. I mean, the one with the arms spread out like this is, I think, good silhouette value. But, I think maybe I'll switch to this drawing. Just because it wouldn't... if I did this, I'd have to draw Peter more from a front view. Whereas this, I can keep him at a 3/4 view. So I don't have to redraw too much. I don't want to erase, what was a good drawing of Peter. So, okay, that will probably be obscured. Welcome back, Wax Badger. I can probably repurpose this hand a bit. Drawing it maybe right here or so. I could have it over Peter's shoulder. Maybe draw the hand and fingers a bit. The thumb could probably stay the same. But I will have to There we go. There we go. That's not a bad looking hand. It could be like a frames of an animation where, I don't know, Peter's just shrugging his shoulders or something, or doing something weird with his hands. Oops. go. Might lean the arm over a bit more. I mean, maybe just to match my photo ref a bit more. I mean, I don't know if it really matters that much. It's just... something I like about GIMP when you rotate things, and I think maybe in Photoshop also, it lets you choose where the rotation anchor point is. I don't know if there's a way to do that in Sketchbook Pro. There we go. Ah, come on. There we go. There we are. Excuse me. I'll probably, after I'm done with this arm, I might pause and restart the stream and say this is part 2 or something. Let's see. Okay. Here can do... we go. There we go. Have to make the fingers make the thumb a little bigger and make the fingers bigger just to match the other hand. There we go. Make it a little. Go. Middle fingers, pretty long. There we are. Just for a comparison, let's see how big this. Roughly the same size. Okay, just making sure. Although I think due to the angle, this hand would probably appear bigger anyway. Let me mirror it just to make sure. And likewise mirror my photo ref. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. He's got big ass hand paws, at least in this picture. Now let me move on to Basho. First, let me do stream part 2 or something, because this video probably is getting a bit long. So, oh geez, only an hour and 90 minutes, so that's not too bad. So, BRB, yeah, just restarting the stream. I see I'm not sure what, I think it's a spider going up my wall, but it's a very, very tiny, itsy bitsy spider, so it's like, I don't know if I'm really all that interested in trying to smash it. I mean, it could just, for all I know, it could later become one of those big daddy long legs that spooks me later. Yeah, starts as a baby short legs, then grows up to be a daddy long legs. So, let's see. How many more? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I probably won't finish all of these in stream, like tonight. I'll probably just finish up these 4 drawings of Peter and Basho on page 9, and then transition to constructing Axl again, and leave the last 2 pages for later or something. Maybe I'll finish those off stream, or just save them for my next stream. I don't know. But then, of course, after I'm done outlining everything here, then I have to actually draw the black lines and color everything. And that'll probably take quite a while. I mean, I don't know when I'll finish this comic. Now, this drawing of Basho here, I don't know if I have to change it too much. Yeah, I might just make his cheeks a little bigger. The nose might make it a little wider. Eyes are okay, so it's like I don't have to change too much. Sketch isn't that bad, actually. So I'll actually keep some of what I did here. All I'll do is just refine a few things. Excuse me. Draw Basho's cheeks and do his sideburns. There we go. I want to make his whiskers a little longer. Make his nose a bit wider, just to space out the nostrils a bit more. There we go. Common house spider. Alrighty, Ken. Yeah, it could be interesting doing an animation stream, maybe. Showing this is the meticulous process of animating a character. You think that drawing comic panels can be tedious? Well, wait till you have to draw the same thing over and over and over, but just moving very slightly. Until eventually, put it all together, they'll look like the character is alive. There we go. Yeah, I didn't have to adjust this drawing of Boschier that much compared to what I had before. It's just some minor adjustments here and there. There we go. And of course, the other whisker I have missing right now. There we go. The thing that really needs adjustment is his neck and shoulders, and his chest also. I wonder if OBS bot picks up me chewing on grapes. I mean, it's not like a microphone that's right in front of my mouth, but still I wonder, how good is the microphone on that thing? And I just want to make sure I'm not grossing out people eating on stream. Even if it's just little grapes, not like I'm having a 4-course meal on camera. Okay, for this drawing, the way I'm posing, for some reason I put my arm behind my back. So I guess I'll draw Boscho doing a similar pose. Not that you'll really see it, because the words are in the way. I remember... Yes, I did remember Peterson necklace. Okay. There we go. Too bad I ended up erasing part of that hand because it doesn't look too bad. Actually, just enlarge it a little bit. I do have to redraw it slightly because the angle I drew my hand does not match how I drew Basho's hand here. Just mirror it just to see how it looks. Looks alright. Yeah, I might be drawing his arm a little too big just because I'm basing it on my own arms. You know, when Basho and my other Asian dragons are supposed to be like kind of skinny. Because, you know, putting the noodle in Noodle Dragon. I might just erase that hand altogether. If I did want to make the arm a little thinner, I could just... Ah! Yeah, Sorry. Suddenly getting a message on my phone kind of startled me. I might break for dinner. Yeah, so give me like 10-20 minutes and then I'll be back. Because I don't want to just advertise this as, I'm going to draw a comic and then build Axl, but then be like, oh, quitting stream early. Too bad, sucks for you. That wouldn't be fair. Unless you'd like to watch me eat on stream or something, like do an ASMR or listening to me chew food or something. Grapes are better for streaming snacks than cherries because with cherries you have to spit this. Well, these grapes have some seeds in them, not all of them, but I'm chewing a grape and then I feel something hard in the middle and it's like it makes it a bit unappetizing. Okay, now I'm gonna be like... Got his thumb. Excuse me. Excuse me. Jeez, I didn't think like just 1 or 2 grapes would give me hiccups. Yeah, come on stream today and hear all of GuineaPigDan's weird bodily functions. This type of hand pose is kind of difficult to draw. I don't know, keeping it simple like that is probably better. Although I probably could put the pointer finger a little higher. Make it longer. I mean, let's see how that looks. Really quick. Just a longer pointer finger. I'm not sure I like it. I'll just leave it like that for now. Although if it really is difficult to draw, I could just change it to like a pointing hand like this. Instead of pointing like this. Save a bit. This next one looks like a contemplative pose, but here Peter looks... I made him look worried or something, which I probably shouldn't have done. Probably don't need to lift his head up that much. There we go. I'm going to pause stream here just so I can go to dinner. I'll probably give me like 10, 15 minutes or something. So I'll just pause the stream right now. So BRB. Back. Hello everybody. All right, let me get some water. There we go. Now, this drawing of Peter needs quite some cleanup. Excuse me. Oh, shit. More hiccups. Ready? Yeah, this one eye will be spared. Hello again, indeed. Okay, let's make the nose a little smaller. I hear, just a moment, I think I hear Scamp outside my room. Let me bring him in. Scamp? Come here. Come here, boy. Come here. Come here. Look at that, Scamp. You're on the internet again. Say hello. I can't really see if... Oh, here we are. Let me... There we go. How have you been doing, Scamp? Let's see if I'll be able to balance him on my lap here. I mean, he might try to jump off. I don't know. Just so... There. Okay, let's... Oops. It's funny when I disappear like that. This will be a little bit of a challenge. Keeping Scamp in one hand and... Alright, well, doesn't matter that much. Scamp is licking my arm. Maybe he tastes... I'm not a messy eater. I don't know if you taste dinner on me or not. Or maybe, I don't know. Maybe you're attempting to bite me or something, but you're too much of a coward, so you just lick me. You're trying to be like, I want to get away. I don't know. You're not a very ferocious dog, Scamp. Too little and adorable. Our other dog, Bella, on the other hand, before we had her teeth surgically removed, she would be really on edge and would get upset if I even walked near her bed. Now it's like she doesn't give a crap. Although that could just be because she's older now and, I don't know, is just tired. Plus, getting her teeth removed, like, some of Bella's teeth were, like, rotting or something, and were probably causing her pain, so it's like now she's not in pain, and she's probably less on edge. Scamp, on the other hand, I believe still has... I mean, I don't know if, like, maybe a tooth has fallen out by accident or something, but he pretty much still has all his teeth. I can tell Scamp wants... I don't know, wants to escape. Wants to do something. It's like, I don't want to be on the internet. I have rights, you know. There we go. Maybe I'll move that up a bit. That was a weird hiccup. Make that a little more fluffy. There we go. Peter's got stripes. Now I'm going to do his hair. Yeah, I can tell Scamp probably wants to be let down. Well, just a moment, you little impatient brat. Yeah, maybe when I finish drawing Peter's head, I'll let you out. And you can, I don't know, do whatever you want. Yeah, maybe there's a toy Scamp wants to play with it desperately that he didn't bring into my room. All right. Yes, Peter looks a little cross-eyed. I'm not sure if I should draw his eyes more like this. Yeah, it might be better to have him looking more to the side like that, because he's supposed to be looking at this whole wall of Y sounds in Japanese. Like all these combinations. Let's see, how many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36. 36, wow. One of the confusing things in Japanese, the possession particle no looks like a backwards lowercase e, and then you have a character that looks like the katakana for yo that looks like a backwards uppercase e. So it's like you have two kana that look like the letter E, but that neither of them make E noises. Yo, no. Okay, Scamp, I'll let you down. Just a moment. First, oops. First, oops, did I? There we are. First, before I let you down, say goodbye to the internet, Scamp. Let me just enlarge the window again. Look at that. I mean, I know all you see is just a little camera. Well, look at the computer screen. Do you see yourself there? I mean, I know there's like a Turing test for animals to see if they can recognize themselves in like mirrors. But I wonder, like, would they notice themselves in like on a computer screen? I don't know. Okay. I'll let you out, Scamp. There you go. Yeah, I just letting Scamp out, looking at my Agumon figurine I took with me to Fanime, you know, just to think this is now a historical object, because Tom Fawn himself handled this when we took our selfie. And actually, you know, like this reptile head is kind of a good reference for drawing my dragons if I want to try and do them in 3D. Although
With Agumon, his eyes are on the sides of his head. Totodile's kind of similar, whereas my dragons, I draw them with their eyes on the front. But I don't know, if I want to do like a more feral look for them, maybe I could do like the more, I guess kind of like what with dinosaurs and alligators with the eyes on the sides. So they only see, if they want to look up, they have to tilt their heads sideways. You know. Okay, so I should. Oops. Go back to the comic. Let me put away Agumon. So now I have a question I wish I'd asked Tom. I think in the Japanese version of Digimon, Agumon's main attack is Baby Breath, which in the English dub they changed to Pepper Breath. I probably should have asked. I don't know if Tom would know why, but is there a reason Baby Breath was changed to Pepper Breath? I mean, obviously, Pepper Breath sounds a little more dangerous than Baby Breath. It could just be that, but I don't know. He also mentioned it'll be in the Q&A I filmed. He mentioned at one point that he saw the Japanese original, and he was a bit taken aback to hear Agumon's Japanese voice, where it was a lot more rough and he's like, that's kind of strange. Whereas he did it. I'm not sure to say more cute, but like it wasn't as rough sounding, more friendly. He also mentioned like fan reactions, like I don't know, some of the newer Digimon shows where they show the characters all aged up and like he, meet up with fans and they're like, I prefer the characters being younger. I prefer it the way I remember it. Or I don't know. It's like the Harry Plinkett line. I don't like things that are different. I mean, I'd probably be a bit weirded out if, I don't know, Jim Davis one day decided, I don't know, I'm going to age up John Arbuckle to 30, 40 years and he'll be an older man. And Garfield will be like I mean, they already make jokes about Garfield being old and whenever his birthday comes around, but like actually depict him as like a really old cat. And that'd be like a status quo change. Yeah, I would probably be a bit weirded out that Davis was going in that direction. Or I don't know if he did Garfield babies or something. I mean, he already did that in the Garfield movie with Baby Garfield. And that was just for like the movie's prologue. There we are. I mean, I guess that could work as a weird spin-off. Garfield and John 40 years later. Which gets a bit awkward because there's one comic where John says he's 29, but he would have been 30 if he wasn't sick for a year. So, canonically, John is 29 years old, but Garfield is like around 40, so he's... Unless John just aged without looking older... John should now be like, 50 or 60 years old? Ever since that one comic was published. There we go. I like this angle on Peter's neck. Okay, I need to put away Agumon for real. Alright. Don't get me started on baby spin-offs. There's only one baby spin-off that I think was good, and that was Muppet Babies. But I think Muppet Babies gets away with it just because it's batshit weird sometimes. With all the movie parodies they did. I won't forget the one episode of Muppet Babies where they, like, went to the center of the earth to stop earthquakes or something. And there was, like, an old scientist in the center of the earth just pulling levers or something. And then there was an episode of Tiny Toons which had, like, a similar premise where I think they had to go to the center of the earth to stop earthquakes or something. I don't know. I mean, I can't say that the writers of Tiny Toons saw that one episode of Muppet Babies, or maybe it was vice versa, I don't know. I haven't watched either of those shows in years. I know there was actually, wait, they did a reboot of both Muppet Babies and Tiny Toons. But I haven't watched either of those either. Okay. Okay. There we go. Eat of the Cats. A little cross necklace. Oh. I only saw like maybe 1 or 2 episodes of Baby Looney Tunes. Like, watched it for 5 minutes and like, this is crap, and changed the channel. I mean, what would people prefer as a spin-off? The Lunatics show or Baby Looney Tunes? I mean, I missed seeing Lunatics, and I only know it exists because of the fan art. So I guess some people liked the show. I mean, one of these days, maybe I should actually watch these shows like Lunatics or something, just because I see lots of people saying it's really bad, but, you know, it's just, I'm listening to other people's opinions, not watching it for myself, and, I don't know, maybe it'll surprise me and I'll see there was something, I see something that other people didn't see, or maybe it is just crap and, you know, I shouldn't bother. I don't know. Do I have other... Shoot. Okay. Come on, damn it. Yeah, this is going to be a bit difficult drawing. Like, trying to figure out what my fingers are doing there. It's like, these 3 fingers, it's easy. Then the pointer and the thumb, it's like I have to figure out what exactly they're doing on the side of my face. I did say in my history of Pet Force video, like, you know, just wild ass speculation with the little animated pilot thing for Pet Force. I wondered if this was supposed to be a follow-up to Garfield and Friends. I mean, could you imagine if they really did do a Pet Force TV show? You know, would it be like the Lunatics Backlash, but over Garfield? You know, it's like a bunch of old shows, like I maybe saw for like, I don't know, 1 or 2 episodes, like the Road Rovers. Like I saw that, forgot about it, and then going to DVR and Fur and feeling like, what? People actually like that show? There's so much fan art. There we go. I guess I'll trying to figure out what was I doing with my hand here. Oh, I think I can tell. I'm not sure, but I think I have I'm doing this. Like, I couldn't tell if I was having my pointer finger up, but looking closely, I think I might have it. It's just behind my other fingers. I thought I had it like this. I can't tell, like, which way it's supposed to be. Like, I can't tell if I can make out a fingernail so it'd be like this, or is it, like, pointing up? I think I'll go with pointing up, because that just feels more natural to me than this. Actually, I could do it bend. I don't know, but I don't know. To me, having the finger pointing up on my cheek just feels more natural. So I'll just draw Peter's finger that way, but you won't see all of it. It'll be behind his face anyway. But like at least having an idea of what it's gonna help me figure out where to draw the thumb. Oh, there's just a speck, I think, on the paper. Like, I couldn't tell if that was like a little mark from whether that was like a mark from my pen or if that was just a mark on the lined paper. Okay, so let's might have to shrink that hand a bit and rotate it. There we go. I think that's good. It is roughly, it does closely match my photo ref. Let me just make that part of the hand a little thicker. And if I do decide to have the last finger there, I could draw it like that. But there we go. There's Peter's elbow. Huh. It's a little too thick. There we go. All right. Yeah, I'm making the hand a little closer. There we go. Here we are. Okay, that looks all right. I'm just a little concerned, like, what if I make, and since I'm referencing my own arms, like, what if I make my character's arms a little too thick or something? Basho. I like the photo ref I did for this one. It makes me think Sidon, or whatever his name is from Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I just need to add a little sparkle on my teeth. Yeah. I don't know if that's what I was thinking subconsciously when drawing Basho, doing this thumbs up towards himself. Let's see. Not a bad sketch, but I do have to clean this up quite a bit. One thing, his neck is not straight. Whereas with my photo ref, my neck is pretty straight. So I probably will have to move his head over a bit. I got hiccups again. I draw too many squinting lines, probably make it look like Basho look older. want to be looking like an old dragon or something. Again, another almost DreamWorks like face with, arching eyebrows. One eyebrow arched, the other going down almost like an angry eye. Yeah, his nose will have to be straightened out a bit. I'm not sure I really like how this face looks so far. Just whatever. Yeah, sorry. Let's just start anew. There we go. I want to have the face looking more up or more down? Oh, probably more. There we go. $6:55. It's not even all that late. There you go. Looking at Basho, kind of a front view. Looking more straight at the viewer, like that. Trying to have the cheek there. I guess I could just do that. And Basho looks kind of strange when he doesn't have his horns on his head. He almost looks bald. I mean, technically he is bald, but still. There we go. Yeah, they do. Basho's horns are supposed to kind of almost resemble bananas, because that's what Basho means in Japanese. Or I should say Basho, because you say it with a long O, a longer vowel. If you say it with a short vowel, Basho, then you accidentally... I say this on the second page. You'll accidentally say the Japanese word for place. Because it actually does matter if you say a short vowel or a long vowel. Because there are some words that are distinguished that way. I don't remember if it was on the second page or the third page. I say that. Mirror the drawing just to see how it looks. Once I add Basho's horns. It's like suddenly he doesn't seem so plain. I should try to make that look more like a smile. Right now it looks more like he's got something in his eye and he's like, ugh. That's how my eye appears in... There we go. Maybe if I erase his mouth there. There we go. Just extend it a bit. Then it looks like a smile. I think I like that better. Okay, now oops. Oh yeah, and don't forget the whiskers. There we go. It's like, I'm glad I caught that. Let's see how much time. 43. I had my finger on my photo ref, and it was asking if I wanted to turn myself into a sticker, and it's like, as tempting as that is, because that is a nice photo I took of myself, it would be a bit narcissistic if I just had pictures of myself as stickers on Telegram or something. There we go. You draw a little Japanese sun. Maybe I could move it over a bit. There we go. There we go. Almost. There we go. There we go. The hand here isn't too bad. I'll just have to... Let's see. Might have to make the arm a little thicker. There we go. Okay. Let's just maybe extend the thumb a little bit. Then make the fingers a little wider. Oh, come on. Ah. go. There we are. Might look a bit unusual on the hand, but I'm basically drawing how my hand looks. Because normally at this angle I draw it more like this, basically. I'm not sure which I prefer. Well, I think I prefer this anyway. Where you don't see the, I guess, this side of the finger. Let me see. Actually, I'll probably keep it that way just because it's an interesting way to look at the hand. Might make the thumb a little thicker. There we go. There we are. Might adjust the thickness of Basho's horns. So there we go. Let's just mirror. Okay, I think it looks fine. Let's save. Page 9. Yeah, it's just a PNG version, work in progress. There we go. Well, before and come on. There we go, before and after. Much nicer drawings of the characters. So let's see. Themes. Oh yeah, and I mentioned, which page was it? Oh yeah, little alteration I made. I mentioned yesterday that I had like some sort of business card or something I picked up from Fanime, and it had some Japanese writing, and I tried to make out the hiragana, and I mistook, I think the character he, the katakana there, for the hiragana to, and so I added this line, not to confuse them. Yeah, just looking at what I have so far. Yeah, so it's just these 2 pages are the only ones with sketches, and then after that I'll start doing coloring them. Although again, the colors aren't going to be very complicated, you know, because I have this lined paper background, so it's only going to be Peter and Basho that are colored. So it won't take too long to do each page. I kind of like how when I'm flipping through these, you'll see the old version for very briefly, and then it switches to the new version. But anyway, this is probably going to be my favorite drawing of Basho to do in this comic, where he's trying to demonstrate the Japanese R. And then, I don't know, it'll be interesting to draw, Peter here looking exhausted. And of course, a bit of Waluigi there. Wah! Yeah, it's kind of funny. I think marijuana is illegal in Japan, yet I'm making a marijuana reference in this Hiragana Katakana learning comic. Yeah, Paul McCartney had to find that out the hard way. But anyway, I'm going to, let's see, how long is this? Okay, 55 minutes. Okay, once again, I'm going to pause the stream and then restart it. So, and we'll begin the building Axl segment. So, just a moment. BRB.